Hi there, do you have a headache? Do you have epilepsy? Are you mentally ill? Why not let us drill holes in your brain? Oh, we won't give you any painkillers, don't you worry about that. You'll feel everything. We'll drill holes into different parts of the brain just to see what's going on, to let out the mental illness because we assume that it's demons, and it will come out of the holes when we drill them in there for you. So, you know, lay back, relax. It won't be over shortly, I'm not going to lie. It might take a long time to kind of, you know, dig around in there and see what we've got going on. Yeah, so let's get started, shall we? Hey Beauts, Funny Ann here. Now, I don't know if you saw on another video, we did old Victorian cures. So today we're going to do Stuart cures, which is obviously back in Stuart times, and some of those just seem so painful and so wrong. So we're going to read some of those out and take the piss out of them, which is what we do on this channel. Fabulous. They used to actually drill holes into people's brains who, you know, have got epilepsy, who are mentally ill, just have a headache. I mean, not gonna lie, it's probably gonna make your headache worse. They also used to do it if you had a wound in the head. So to help the wound, they'd create another wound, because apparently that works. Fuck these people, man. Okay, so this one, I'm just shocked by it, really. To cure broken bones, people used to eat honey-coated dead people. So, old men, elderly men, used to sacrifice themselves by only ever eating honey all the time, constantly eating honey, so all they'd poo out is just honey. They'd bath in honey, and they'd eventually die from just eating honey, because you can't live off that. And then when they're dead, they'd let them kind of, I think they'd coat them in honey and then let them like stew, and then they'd sell it, like body parts of honey-coated men to eat if you had a broken bone. What the fuck? That is so gross. Who thought of that? Who thought that's going to be a really good idea? There's a lot of honey around. Why don't you coat yourself in honey, because that'll cure a broken bone. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I mean, at least it's like honey-coated, do you know what I mean? They've bathed in it, so they're basting themselves. So at least if you're going to eat a dead person, I suggest you don't, ever. But if you're gonna, make sure it's honey-coated, like ribs. Like honey-coated barbecue ribs. So, for kidney stones, now, obviously, I've read somewhere before that kidney stones are fucking painful, and that some people said that they'd rather give birth again than go through kidney stones again, because apparently it's the most painful thing you can get. But back in the day, if you have kidney stones, they'd get a big metal hook. Show you it. You see them? Like that? Yeah, big long hook, and they'd stick it right down your penis hole and try and pull out the kidney stones. That's what they'd fucking do to you. And they would hold you down and do that to you. It's disgusting. The traditional procedure was much worse. After forcing a patient into a jackknife position, held down by two assistants, the doctor would work the stone towards the entrance of the bladder and then cut it out through the anus. So not only have you got a hook down your penis hole, you then get a stone cut out of your bumhole. I don't even... Fuck, man. Curing hemorrhoids with hot irons. The most severe cases of hemorrhoids are basically when you've got like 4 different bumholes because there's just stuff everywhere hanging out down there. Draining some of the blood via incision and then cauterizing the wounds is a painful sounding but effective method used in modern medicine. But back in the day, so that's what they do now, I'm guessing. They obviously cut it off and then cauterize it, but you're not awake, so you know. You probably can't sit down for a couple of weeks, but you're not awake. It's all good. That's what we do this day and age. Sometimes creams just don't cut it. Sometimes you have to literally cut it. Okay, back in the day, they didn't have fancy painkillers and electrical wires or lasers with which to do the surgery. Doctors used a plain old iron to burn those swollen veins into oblivion. So they used to take a red hot poker and just technically poke up your ass. Around the ass, just Does your child have a cough and a cold? Is your child whinging about how sore their throat is? Why not get the new heroin cough syrup for your kids? Because it's all the rage in this day and age, in this era of Stuart times. Heroin. Your kids will not have a cough anymore. Now, I spoke about mental illness and drilling stuff into your brain, but back in them times as well, they used to, if they thought you were mentally ill, they'd put a ice pick in the brain through your eyeball. So they'd go into your eyeball around the back and then remove the parts of the brain that they thought controlled the mental illness and emotions that you were going through. I think it's called lobotomy, isn't it? It's the same as the drilling, but they thought this would be a better method, is to use an ice pick and go through the eye. The picture is disturbing me, I can't even look at it. But they used to go through the eye and take out the part of the brain that they didn't want in there anymore. But the only anaesthesia they do is they'd electrocute your brain and then knock you out, which obviously you've seen in films and stuff like that. But to think that they actually fucking did that, they went through your eyeball. Any eyeball stuff freaks me out. The thought of someone going behind your eyeball to pull out parts of your brain through your... Oh, fuck me. So disgusting. In Arabia, back in the 12th century, they used to take mummified bodies, grind them down, and then eat them, just for different sort of ailments. They thought it kind of cured everything. They'd also use it around the house, just to plaster in the walls. I need grey paint, so I'm going to mix this mummified human with some water and just paint. Just going to paint perfect colour. Perfect. Couldn't get that match anywhere else. Fuck. People used to give people malaria to cure syphilis. It's just one extreme to the next, isn't it, really? Like, oh, you've got syphilis? That can make you go mental. But what I'll do is I'll give you malaria, which will be worse than syphilis, and then you'll forget that you've got syphilis. Because it doesn't cure it. You just have two diseases now. Sorry about that. My bad, I thought it cured it. I don't know anything, I'm not a real doctor. People used to blow tobacco up someone's arse. You know, like one of them fire pumps? Yeah, people used to do that. Used to blow warm tobacco up someone's arsehole if they were near death, or if they were like just about... If you poured them out the sea and they were drowning and that they're not dead, they used to do that because they thought that that would work. Nicotine, smoke up your bumhole. Yay! It didn't fucking work. It didn't do anything. It just made their farts smell like ash. They used to... They used to electrocute a man's penis if he could not get an erection. And also if he couldn't produce babies, if he, you know, it didn't work for him, they used to electrocute the penis. But apparently back in them days, electrocuting everything was the way forward. Oh, your hand's broken, electrocute the fingers. She'll be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, you're mental? We'll just electrocute you. Oh, your dick don't work? We'll just electrocute you. Because that's good for you. Putting all electrical stuff through your body and making your veins freak out and your heart malfunction. That's how we do it here. What do you mean it doesn't work? Yes, it does. You're lying. Edison said so. Newton? Edison. One of the ones that discovered electricity. Oh, I'm so stupid. I can't fucking remember who it was. I hope it was Edison. No, Edison did light bulbs. Fuck, I don't know who it was. No, it was Edison. It was Edison. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm Googling it. It was actually Benjamin Franklin that discovered that lightning. You could get electricity through lightning, so... Welly, welly, welly. I know nothing. Great. Back to what we were doing. So, they used to have a cure for overeating and how... Because obviously women through forever have always wanted to look thin or kind of wanted to keep in shape. And they used to have a diet back in them days where if you eat a tapeworm, if you'd ingest a tapeworm egg, it would then, you know, grow and eat the fat that you'd eat. So it would consume whatever you ate in your stomach, and then you'd only get a little bit. So you could eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and you'd never put on fat, which is literally what the poster said. It says, eat, 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 always stay thin, banish the fat with tapeworms. Now, I'm not too sure if that's a good thing, but apparently it says here that someone in this day and age brought it back into fashion with a couple of people thinking that's a good idea to swallow a tapeworm and let it just eat your fat up. Maybe I need to do it because apparently the gym doesn't fucking work. Apparently me liking cake doesn't fucking work. So maybe I should eat a tapeworm and just, you know, take the fact that it might eat my insides and, you know, give me really bad abdominal pains. But fuck it. At least I'll look good for summer. That's what I could find, some of the strangest ones I could find for Stuart cures. I'm probably going to do another one. There'll probably be some weird cures another time as well. But I I watch Horrible Histories because it's educational and it's hilarious. Yes, it's a kids program, I know this, but it's funny. So I watched that and got the idea to do this a second one because I thought Victorian cures is probably the only weird era. Then I saw some Stuart ones and I was like, I'm gonna do this. So yeah, thank you so much for coming and seeing me today. I really appreciate it. Remember to push all those lovely little buttons at the bottom. Remember to follow your dreams, no matter how small they are, even if your dream is to ingest a tapeworm, which I hope you don't do it, but it's a dream. To do it. Don't do it. And I'll see you all of you beautiful people in the next one. Bye, 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 bye. I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. Where's them tapeworms?